Hello. So it's time for another video in the series on the holy books, and today we're doing chapter 1 of Liber VII. Liber VII, as I mentioned in one of the previous videos of this season, is a guide to the process of enlightenment, and specifically the very final stages that happen at the moment of enlightenment. But like all the other holy books, it's full of a very kind of poetic, symbolic language that makes it very hard to understand. And so it's a revelatory text that you have to both study and contemplate. And each of the holy books contains within it a vast number of secrets of esoteric or magical practice that a practicing magician who understood that would be able to make use of enormously. Each of the 7 chapters of Liber VII correspond to a different planetary force, which the about to become master has to dissolve, process in the course of his finishing the crossing of the abyss. And chapter 1 has to do with the planet Mars and the concepts of force that correspond to the planet Mars. So it has to do with the symbolism of death, of force, of annihilation. There are several elements in this chapter that correspond to the imagery that you see in the Tower card in the Tarot, which is governed by Mars. And this chapter also presents 2 very important concepts. One is Pan, the great horned god. Now, Pan, you normally think of him as just this kind of satyr god from Greek mythology, but in the Greek mysteries, Pan was very important. The word Pan is all, right? It means all. So it is the all-encompassing, right? So this is where we get pantheon, for example. It means all the gods, right? Pantheism, right? The idea of worshipping all varieties of gods, right? Or pansexual, you want to have sex with everything, right? Anytime you see pan in a word, it means all, right? A panoply, a vast, wide variety. So Pan is the great horned god. He is the god that governs over the abyss, that encompasses everything and therefore leaves no room for separateness, for your own separateness, right? And then the other part is Nox, which is N-O-X, right? It's a formula. Nox means night in Latin, but it's the formula, a secret formula, N-O-X. It's an abbreviation for a symbolic set of keys to cross the abyss. And the Nox formula corresponds to the 4-fold name of the Tetragrammaton and to the court cards of the Tarot and to this formula of how the elements unite with each other and then dissolve each other. It's about the union of opposites, which is it's the supreme secret of Western esoteric thought. So in the process of this transformation through the abyss, you have this condition of overcoming yourself, right? And through this word, you're talking about the Kabbalistic word, right? The Tetragrammaton, for example, in Kabbalistic lore, they used to say that if the word of the Tetragrammaton was ever pronounced correctly, it would destroy the universe, right? And what it really means is that if you understand this formula, then it will destroy the universe of the adept. Then the initiate no longer exists, and only the Buddha, the master, is in his place, right? So keep those concepts in mind as I'm reciting the chapter and see what sense you can make out of it, or just appreciate the verse. My God, how I love thee. With the vehement appetite of a beast I hunt thee through the universe. Thou art standing, as it were, upon a pinnacle on the edge of some fortified city. I am a white bird, and perch upon thee. Thou art my lover. I see thee as a nymph with her white limbs stretched by the spring. She lies upon the moss. There is none other but she. Art thou not Pan? I am he. Speak not, O my God. Let the work be accomplished in silence. Let my cry of pain be crystallized into a little white fawn to run away into the forest. Thou art a centaur, O my God. From the violet blossoms that crown thee to the hoofs of the horse, thou art harder than tempered steel. There is no diamond beside thee. Did I not yield this body and soul? I woo thee with a dagger drawn across my throat. Let the spout of blood quench thy bloodthirst, O my God. Thou art a little white rabbit in the burrow night. I am greater than the fox in the hole. Give me thy kisses, O Lord God. The lightning came and licked up the little flock of sheep. There is a tongue and a flame. I see that trident walking over the sea. A phoenix hath it for its head. Below are two prongs. They spear the wicked. I will spear thee, O thou little grey god, unless thou beware. From the grey to the gold, from the gold to that which is beyond the gold of Ophir. My God, but I love thee. Why hast thou whispered so ambiguous things? Wast thou afraid, O goat-hoofed one? O horned one? O pillar of lightning? From the lightning fall pearls, from the pearls black specks of nothing. I based all on one on naught. Afloat in the aether, O my God, my God. O thou great hooded son of glory, cut off these eyelids. Nature shall die out. She hideth me, closing mine eyelids with fear. She hideth me from my destruction. O thou open eye, O ever weeping one. Not Isis my mother, nor Osiris myself, but the incestuous Horus given over to Typhon, so may I be. Their thought, and thought is evil. Pan, Pan, Yo Pan, it is enough. Fall not into death, O my soul. Think that death is the bed into which you are falling. Oh, how I love thee, O my God. Especially is there a vehement parallel light from infinity, vilely diffracted in the haze of this mind. I love thee, I love thee, I love thee. Thou art a beautiful thing, whiter than a woman in the column of this vibration. I shoot up vertically like an arrow and become that above. But it is death and the flame of the pyre. Ascend in the flame of the pyre, O my soul. Thy God is like the cold emptiness of the utmost heaven, into which thou radiatest thy little light. When thou shalt know me, O empty God, my flame shall utterly expire in thy great Nox. What shalt thou be, my God, when I have ceased to love thee? A worm, a nothing, a nithering knave. But oh, I love thee. I have thrown 1,000,000 flowers from the basket of the beyond at thy feet. I have anointed thee and thy staff with oil and blood and kisses. I have kindled thy marble into life, aye, into death. I have been smitten with the reek of thy mouth that drinketh never wine but life. How the dew of the universe whitens the lips. Ah, the trickling flow of the stars of the Mother Supernal, begone. I am she that should come, the virgin of all men. I am a boy before thee, O thou satyr God. Thou wilt inflict the punishment of pleasure. Now, Yo Pan, I love thee, I love thee. O my God, spare me, now, it is done. Death. I cried aloud the word, and it was a mighty spell to bind the invisible, an enchantment to unbind the bound. Yea, to unbind the bound.